I helped a wounded man in a parking lot. By sunrise, his men showed up at my door. My name is Maya Torres, and I'm 27 years old. I work as an emergency room nurse in Chicago. This story is about how one act of kindness completely changed my life. It was a Tuesday night around 11 p.m. I had just finished a brutal 12-hour shift at the hospital. All I wanted was to go home, eat something, and sleep. I was walking to my car in the hospital parking garage when I heard a noise, a groan. Someone in pain. I should have kept walking, should have called security, but I'm a nurse. Helping people is literally what I do. I followed the sound, found a man slumped against a concrete pillar. He was in his early 30s, wearing an expensive suit that was now covered in blood. He had a gunshot wound to his shoulder. "Are you okay?" I asked. Stupid question. He obviously wasn't okay. "I need help," the man said. His voice was strained. "Please." "I'm a nurse," I said. "Let me look at that wound." I knelt down next to him. The bullet had gone through his shoulder, clean through. He was losing blood, but it wasn't immediately life-threatening. "We need to get you to the ER," I said. "No," the man said. "No hospitals, no police." "That's not how this works," I said. "You've been shot. You need proper medical care." "Please," the man said. He grabbed my wrist. His grip was surprisingly strong for someone who had been shot. "I can't go to a hospital. They'll find me." "Who will find you?" I asked. "The people who did this," the man said. "If I go to the hospital, they'll finish the job." I should have walked away, should have called for help and let professionals handle it. But something in his eyes made me hesitate. He was genuinely terrified. "Fine," I said, "but I need to at least stop the bleeding and clean the wound. Can you walk?" "I think so," the man said. I helped him stand. He was tall, maybe 6'2", and clearly fit despite being injured. We made it to my car. "I need to take you somewhere safe," I said. "Where do you live?" "You can't take me home," the man said. "They know where I live." "Then where?" I asked. "I don't know," the man admitted. I made a decision I would later question many times. "My apartment," I said. "I'll take you to my apartment." "Are you sure?" the man asked. "No," I said, "but you need help, and apparently a hospital isn't an option, so my place it is." I drove him to my apartment, a small one-bedroom in a decent neighborhood, got him inside and onto my couch. "Stay here," I said. "I'm getting my medical supplies." I kept a well-stocked first aid kit at home, nurse habit. I came back and started working on his wound. "This is going to hurt," I warned. "I can handle pain," the man said. I cleaned the wound, applied antibiotic ointment, bandaged it properly. The bullet went clean through. I said, "You're lucky." "Doesn't feel lucky," the man said. "You need antibiotics," I said, "to prevent infection. I have some from a previous prescription. And painkillers." "Thank you," the man said. "Why are you helping me?" "Because I'm a nurse," I said. "It's what I do." "Even for someone who won't tell me what happened?" the man asked. "Especially then," I said. "I don't need to know your story to help you." "What's your name?" "Maya," I said. "Maya Torres." "I'm Dante," the man said. "Dante Romano." "Nice to meet you, Dante," I said, though I wish it was under better circumstances. After I finished treating his wound, I made him tea. He was shaking, probably shock setting in. "Drink this," I said, "and tell me the truth. Are you in danger?" "Yes," Dante said. "Are you bringing danger to my home?" I asked. "I don't think so," Dante said. "They don't know about you. They shouldn't be able to track me here." "That's not reassuring," I said. "I know," Dante said, "and I'm sorry. I'll leave as soon as I can." "Where will you go?" I asked. "I have people," Dante said. "I just need to contact them. Let them know I'm alive." He pulled out his phone, made a call. "It's me," he said. "I'm alive." "No, I got away. I'm safe for now. Send someone to this address at sunrise." He gave my address, then hung up. "Your people are coming here?" I asked. "At sunrise," Dante confirmed. "They'll take me somewhere safe. Then this will be over for you." "What about you?" I asked. "Will you be safe?" "Eventually," Dante said, "but that's not your concern. You've done more than enough." I made up the couch for him. "You should sleep," I said. Your body needs rest to heal. What about you? Dante asked. I'll sleep in my room. If you need anything, wake me. Thank you, Maya, Dante said. Seriously, you saved my life tonight. I'm just doing my job, I said, though I was off the clock. Still, Dante said, thank you. I went to my bedroom, but I couldn't sleep. I had just brought a gunshot victim to my home, someone who was clearly involved in something dangerous. What had I been thinking? Around 3 a.m., I heard Dante get up. I went to check on him. He was standing at my window looking out. You should be resting, I said. Can't sleep, Dante admitted. The adrenaline is wearing off and reality is setting in. What reality? I asked. That I almost died tonight. That someone I trusted tried to kill me.
Who? I asked, then immediately said, sorry, it's not my business. No, it's okay, Dante said. You deserve to know what you're involved in. I run a security company, private security for high-profile clients. One of my employees, someone I trusted, turned out to be working for a competitor. He tried to kill me tonight to steal client information. That's intense, I said. It is, Dante agreed, and it's my fault for not seeing it coming. You can't blame yourself for someone else's betrayal, I said. Can't I? Dante asked. I'm supposed to be good at reading people. It's literally my job. We all miss things sometimes, I said, even professionals. Maybe, Dante said. We stood there in silence for a moment. Why did you help me? Dante asked again. I told you, I'm a nurse, I said. I help people. Most people would have called the police, Dante said. Let them handle it. You risked your own safety to help a stranger. I don't know, I admitted. Something in your eyes. You were scared, really scared. And I couldn't just walk away from that. You're a good person, Dante said. Don't be so sure, I joked. You haven't known me long enough to make that judgment. I've known plenty of people, Dante said. I know good when I see it. We talked until almost 5 a.m. about his work, about my job at the hospital, about life and choices and the randomness of existence. At 6 a.m., there was a knock on my door. Dante stood up immediately. His hand went to his waist like he was reaching for a weapon that wasn't there. That's probably my people, he said. Stay here, I'll check. He looked through the people, relaxed slightly. It's them, he said. He opened the door. 3 men in suits entered. They looked like Secret Service agents. Mr. Romano, one of them said. We've been looking for you. I'm fine, Dante said. Thanks to her. He gestured to me. The men looked at me, sized me up. This is Maya, Dante said. She's a nurse. She saved my life. Ma'am, one of the men said, we need to ask you some questions. Of course, I said. They asked me everything. How I found Dante, what I did to help him, if I had contacted anyone, if I had been followed. I answered honestly. When they finished, they seemed satisfied. Thank you for helping Mr. Romano, the lead man said. We'll take it from here. Dante walked over to me. Thank you, Maya, he said, for everything. You're welcome, I said. Get that wound checked properly and take the full course of antibiotics. I will, Dante promised. Then he and his men left. I stood in my empty apartment, wondering if the whole thing had been real or some kind of fever dream. I went to work that evening, tried to focus on my patients, tried to forget about Dante and gunshot wounds and mysterious men in suits. At 9 p.m., someone came to the nurse's station, asking for me. It was one of the men from that morning. Ma'am, he said, Mr. Romano would like to see you. Why? I asked. He didn't say, the man replied, but he was insistent. I'm working, I said. I can't just leave. He'll wait, the man said. I get off at 11, I said. Tell him I'll meet him then if he's still around. The man nodded and left. At 11 p.m., I walked out of the hospital. There was a black car waiting. The man from earlier stood next to it. Mr. Romano is inside, he said. I got in the car. Dante was in the back seat, looking much better than he had that morning. His shoulder was properly bandaged. He was wearing clean clothes. You look better, I said. Professional medical care helps, Dante said. Took your advice and saw a doctor. Good, I said. So why did you want to see me? To thank you properly, Dante said, and to make sure you're okay. I'm fine, I said. Are you? Dante asked. Because you helped someone last night who brought danger to your door. You must have questions, concerns. I do, I admitted, but I also understand you probably can't answer most of them. I can answer some things, Dante said. What do you want to know? Are you safe now? I asked. Getting there, Dante said. The person who betrayed me has been dealt with. My security has been upgraded. It'll take time, but I'll be safe again. And me? I asked. Am I in danger? No, Dante said. No one knows about you except my most trusted people. You're not on anyone's radar. Good, I said. Dante handed me an envelope. What's this? I asked. Open it, he said. I opened it. Inside was a check for $50,000. I can't accept this, I said immediately. Yes, you can, Dante said. You saved my life. This is a small token of appreciation. It's too much, I said. It's not nearly enough, Dante countered. Maya, without you, I would have bled out in that parking garage or been found by the people trying to kill me. You took a risk to help a stranger. Let me thank you. I don't know what to say, I admitted. Say you'll accept it, Dante said. I took the check, folded it carefully. Thank you, I said. You're welcome, Dante said. There's something else. What? I asked. I'd like to see you again, Dante said. Under better circumstances. As friends. Maybe more than friends someday. That's forward, I said. I know, Dante admitted. But life is short. I almost died last night. It made me realize I shouldn't wait for things I want.
So I'm telling you, I'd like to get to know you better. I should say no, I said. Probably, Dante agreed. But, I said, but I'm curious about you too, I admitted. Then say yes, Dante said. Say yes to dinner. Just dinner. We'll talk, get to know each other, see if there's something here worth exploring. One dinner, I said. One dinner, Dante agreed. We had dinner 3 days later, a quiet restaurant downtown. Dante was charming and funny and intelligent. We talked for hours about everything and nothing. By the end of the night, I knew I wanted to see him again. We started dating. Slowly at first. Dante was careful about my safety, made sure I wasn't followed, made sure his world didn't bleed into mine. But gradually, I learned more about his life. His security company was one of the most successful in the city. He protected CEOs, politicians, celebrities. He was wealthy and powerful and connected. And somehow, he was interested in me. A nurse from a middle-class family with student loans and a small apartment. Why me? I asked him one night. We were at his penthouse, a place that was bigger than my entire apartment building. Because you're real, Dante said. Everyone in my world wants something from me. Money, connections, access. But you helped me when you thought I was just some guy who got shot. You didn't know who I was or what I could offer. You just saw someone who needed help. That's rare. I'm not that special, I said. You are to me, Dante said. 3 months after helping him in that parking lot, I moved in with Dante. It was a big step, but it felt right. Living with Dante meant adjusting to his world. Security everywhere, background checks on anyone who came near us, a lifestyle I had never imagined. But it also meant waking up next to someone who looked at me like I was the most important person in the world. 6 months in, Dante proposed. We were at his lake house, just the two of us. Maya Torres, he said, you saved my life in more ways than one. Will you marry me? Yes, I said. Obviously, yes. We got married 4 months later. Small ceremony with close friends and family. In my vows, I talked about helping a wounded man and finding my future. In his vows, Dante talked about how one act of kindness changed everything, about how I had saved his life and then made it worth living. 1 year after helping Dante in that parking lot, we were building a life together. It wasn't always easy. His work was demanding. The security was sometimes suffocating. But we were committed to making it work. That's what I tell people when they ask how we met. I helped a wounded man in a parking lot. His men showed up at my door by sunrise. Somehow that turned into love. It sounds crazy. It is crazy. But it's our story, and I wouldn't change it for anything. But our story didn't end with the wedding. That was just the beginning of learning how to actually be married. The first year was an adjustment. I was used to living alone in my small apartment, doing things my way, having independence. Moving into Dante's penthouse meant losing some of that. There were security protocols. I couldn't just go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Someone always knew where I was. It felt invasive sometimes. One night, about 3 months after the wedding, I snapped. "I can't do this anymore," I said. "Do what?" Dante asked. "This," I gestured around. "The security, the surveillance, the feeling like I'm being watched all the time." "It's for your protection," Dante said. "I know," I said, "but it's also suffocating. I'm a grown woman. I can take care of myself." "Maya, people in my world have enemies," Dante said. "I need to know you're safe." "At what cost?" I asked. "My freedom? My privacy?" We fought about it for days. Finally went to counseling, a therapist who specialized in couples with unique circumstances. She helped us find compromise. Security would be present, but less obvious. I could have privacy in our home. Dante would learn to trust that I could be safe without constant monitoring. It helped, but it was an ongoing negotiation. 6 months into marriage, I was offered a promotion at the hospital. Charge nurse position, better pay, more responsibility, but also more hours. I wanted to take it. Dante was hesitant. "You'll be working even more than you already are," he said. "We barely see each other as it is." "This is my career," I said. "I'm not giving up opportunities because you want me home more." "That's not what I'm saying," Dante said. "I just want us to have time together." "We'll make time," I said. "We have to figure out how to balance both of our careers." "You're right," Dante agreed. "Take the promotion. We'll make it work." I took the promotion, started working longer hours, coming home exhausted. Dante was understanding, but I could tell it bothered him. One night, I came home at midnight. Dante was still awake, waiting for me. "We need to talk," he said.
"Okay," I said. "I barely see you anymore," Dante said. "When you're home, you're exhausted. When I'm home, I'm dealing with work crisis. We're married, but we're living like roommates." "I know," I admitted. "I'm sorry." "Don't apologize," Dante said. "This isn't your fault. It's both of us. We're both workaholics who don't know how to slow down." "So what do we do?" I asked. "We make changes," Dante said. "Real changes. We started scheduling date nights, making time for each other a priority. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. 8 months into marriage, someone threatened me. A note was left on my car at the hospital. It said if I didn't leave Dante, I would regret it. I showed Dante. He was furious. "This is exactly what I was afraid of," he said. "Someone is using you to get to me." "Who?" I asked. "Probably a competitor," Dante said. "Or someone with a grudge against me. Either way, we're increasing your security." "Dante," I said, "I can't live like that." "You have to," Dante said, "at least until we figure out who sent this." The next month was hard. I had bodyguards following me everywhere. Couldn't go to the grocery store without someone watching. Couldn't meet friends without security clearing the location first. I felt like I was in a cage. We found out who sent the threat. A rival security company trying to intimidate Dante. The threat was handled, but it showed me the reality of being married to him. 10 months into marriage, Dante's company faced a major crisis. One of his employees was accused of using excessive force while protecting a client. The media picked up the story. Dante's company was under investigation. He was consumed with managing the crisis, barely slept, rarely ate, worked 20-hour days. I tried to be supportive, but he was shutting me out. One night, I found him in his office at 3 a.m. "Come to bed," I said. "I can't," Dante said. "If I don't fix this, I'll lose everything." "You're going to make yourself sick," I said. "I don't have a choice," Dante said. "You always have a choice," I said.
You're choosing to handle this alone." "How can I help?" Dante asked. "This is business and legal issues." "By being here," I said. "By making sure you eat and sleep. By reminding you that you're more than your company." Dante broke down. Actually cried. I held him. After that night, he let me in. Let me support him through the crisis. The investigation took 4 months. The employee was cleared. It had been a setup by competitors. Through it all, our marriage got stronger. 1 year into marriage, we started talking about kids. "Do you want children?" Dante asked. "Eventually," I said. "Do you?" "I do," Dante said, "but I'm worried." "About what?" I asked. "About bringing kids into this life," Dante said. "The security, the threats, the danger. It's a lot for a child." "We'll protect them," I said, "just like you protect me. And we'll give them as normal a childhood as possible." Dante nodded, but I could tell he was still worried. 18 months into marriage, I got pregnant. We were both terrified and excited. Dante immediately went into overprotective mode, hiring additional security, baby-proofing the penthouse, reading every parenting book he could find. "You're going overboard," I told him. "I want to be prepared," Dante said. "You can't prepare for everything," I said. "Some things you just have to experience." The pregnancy was hard. I had terrible morning sickness, exhaustion, mood swings. Dante was patient through all of it. At 7 months pregnant, I was put on bed rest, a complication that required me to stop working. I was devastated. My career was important to me. "I don't know how to just sit around," I told Dante. "You're growing a human," Dante said. "That's not sitting around. That's the hardest work there is." Our daughter was born on a Thursday in April. We named her Sophia. She was perfect. Tiny and fierce and ours. Dante cried when he held her. "She's ours," he kept saying. "We made her." The first few months of parenthood were brutal. Sophia didn't sleep. I was nursing constantly. Dante tried to help, but there was only so much he could do. We were both exhausted. One night at 3 a.m., both awake with a screaming baby, Dante looked at me. "How do people do this?" he asked. "I don't know," I admitted, "but we'll figure it out." That became our mantra. We'll figure it out. And slowly, we did. Dante took paternity leave, 6 weeks where he didn't go to the office. Just focused on our family. 2 years into marriage, things settled into a rhythm. Sophia was sleeping better, I had returned to work part-time. Dante had found balance between his company and family. One night after putting Sophia to bed, we sat on the couch. "This is nice," I said. "What?" Dante asked. "This," I gestured at our life. "Just being a family." "It is," Dante agreed. "I never thought I could have this, a real family." "You do now," I said. 3 years into marriage, Dante sold part of his company, brought in partners who could handle day-to-day operations. "I want more time with you and Sophia," he explained. "I don't want to miss her childhood." "Are you sure?" I asked. "This company is everything you built." "You and Sophia are everything to me," Dante corrected. "The company is just what I do." 4 years into marriage, we bought a house, left the penthouse, and moved to a neighborhood with families, somewhere Sophia could have a yard to play in. "This feels like a real home," I said on moving day. "That's because it is," Dante said. "We're not just existing anymore. We're living." 5 years after helping that wounded man, we had built something beautiful. A marriage, a family, a life together. But we still faced challenges. Year 6 brought another threat. Someone from Dante's past came back, an old enemy who wanted revenge. This time they went after Sophia, tried to kidnap her from daycare. Dante's security stopped it before anything happened, but it terrified both of us. "We're moving," Dante said that night. "Somewhere safer. Somewhere they can't find us." "Okay," I said. I was too scared to argue. We moved to a gated community outside the city, increased security around Sophia, changed our routines. It took 6 months to catch the person behind the threat. 6 months of living in fear. But Dante's team handled it. The threat was eliminated. We could breathe again. 7 years into marriage, I went back to work full-time. Sophia was in school. I needed to feel like myself again, not just a mother or a wife, but a nurse. Dante supported the decision, even though it meant busier schedules. 8 years in, Dante's father passed away. They had a complicated relationship. His father had never approved of his career choice, never thought private security was prestigious enough. Dante grieved in his own way, worked more, talked less. "I'm here," I kept telling him. "When you're ready to talk, I'm here." It took him months to open up, but eventually he did. We talked about fathers and sons, about approval and regret, about making peace with relationships that were never what we wanted them to be. 9 years into marriage, Sophia started asking questions. "Why do we have security?" she asked. "To keep us safe," I said. "Safe from what?" Sophia asked. "From people who might want to hurt Daddy's business," I explained. "That's scary," Sophia said. "It can be," I admitted, "but Daddy and I will always keep you safe." 10 years after helping that wounded man in a parking garage, Dante and I renewed our vows. We stood in our backyard with Sophia and close friends. In my vows, I talked about helping a stranger and finding my future, about how one decision changed everything. In his vows, Dante talked about being saved, not just physically that night in the parking garage, but emotionally, from a life that was empty despite being successful. 11 years in, Sophia started middle school. She was growing up fast, becoming her own person. One night she asked about how we met. "Mom," she said, "how did you meet Dad?" "I helped him when he was hurt," I said. "That's it?" Sophia asked. "That's it," I confirmed. "He needed help. I helped him, and we fell in love." "That's romantic," Sophia said. "It was scary," I said, "but yes, also romantic." 12 years into marriage, I opened my own clinic, a small community health center for people who couldn't afford regular care. Dante funded it, helped me build it from the ground up. "This is amazing," I said on opening day. "You're amazing," Dante corrected. "This is your dream. I'm just supporting it." 13 years after that night, we were sitting on our porch. Sophia was at a friend's house. We were alone. 13 years, I said, since I found you bleeding in that parking garage. "Best, worst night of my life," Dante said. "Same," I agreed. "Do you ever think about what would have happened if I had just called for help?" I asked. "If I had let the hospital handle it?" "All the time," Dante admitted. "I probably would have died, or been found by my enemies. Either way, we wouldn't be here." "I'm glad I stopped," I said. "Me too," Dante said. 14 years in, Dante fully retired from his security company, sold his remaining stake, focused on philanthropy, and spending time with family. "How does it feel, being done with the business?" "Free," Dante said. "For the first time in my adult life, I don't have to worry about threats or competitors. I can just be a husband and father. That's all I want now." 15 years after helping him, we took a family trip. 3 weeks in Europe, just the three of us. "This is perfect," I said one night in Paris. "What is?" Dante asked. "This." I gestured at our life, our family, everything we've built. "It is perfect," Dante agreed, "even with all the challenges and threats and scary moments." "Because of those moments," I said, "they made us stronger." "They did," Dante agreed. 16 years into marriage, Sophia started high school. She was talking about college, about careers. She wanted to be a doctor. "I'm proud of her," Dante said one night. "She's smart and kind and strong. She gets that from you." "She gets it from both of us," I corrected. 17 years after that parking lot, we were empty nesters for the first time. Sophia was on a school trip for 2 weeks. "It was strange," I said. "The house feels too quiet." "It does," Dante agreed, "but also nice. Just us for a bit. Like old times." We sat on the couch, reflected on 17 years. "Do you have any regrets?" I asked. "About what?" Dante said. "About us. About how we met. About everything that came after." "Not one," Dante said. "Every challenge, every threat, every hard moment led us here. What about you?" "No regrets," I confirmed. "Even when it was scary?" "Especially when it was scary," I said. "Those moments showed me what we were made of." 18 years in, we renewed our vows again. Just us this time, at the lake house where Dante had proposed. 18 years, I said, since I helped a stranger. "Since my men showed up at your door at sunrise," Dante added. "Best sunrise of my life," I said. "Mine too," Dante agreed. We stood there watching the actual sunrise. Two people who had met in the worst circumstances and built the best life. 19 years after that night, Sophia graduated high school. We sat in the audience watching her walk across the stage. "We did it," I whispered to Dante. "We raised an amazing human." "We did," he agreed. "She's going to do great things." "She is," I said, "just like her father." Dante squeezed my hand. We watched our daughter receive her diploma, thought about everything it took to get here. 20 years after helping a wounded man in a parking lot, we threw a party. 20 years since that night. 20 years of marriage. 20 years of building this life. In my speech, I talked about how one decision to help changed everything. In his speech, Dante talked about being saved in more ways than one. Sophia gave a toast. "My parents taught me that love is about showing up," she said, "about helping even when it's scary, about building something together even when it's hard. That's what they've done for 20 years. Looking around that room, I felt overwhelming gratitude for stopping that night, for helping Dante, for every choice that led us here. 20 years later, I'm still grateful I helped that wounded man. Still grateful his men showed up at my door by sunrise. Still grateful for every moment since. That's our story. A wounded man in a parking lot, a nurse who stopped to help. 20 years of building a life from that moment. 20 years of love. But the journey didn't end at 20 years. That was just another milestone in an ongoing story. 21 years after that night brought new challenges. Dante's health became a concern. He started having chest pains. We went to the doctor, tests showed heart disease, stress-related. Years of running a high-pressure business had taken their toll. You need to make changes, the doctor said. Diet, exercise, stress management. Otherwise, this could become life-threatening. Dante was scared. I could see it in his eyes. "I'm not ready to die," he told me that night. "You're not going to die," I said. "We're going to fix this. Together." We changed everything. Our diet, our lifestyle. Dante started exercising daily. We did yoga together, meditation, anything to reduce stress. It took time, but his health improved. The scare reminded us both that time was precious. 22 years in, Sophia graduated college. She had gotten into medical school. My daughter was going to be a doctor. "I'm so proud of you," I told her at graduation. "You did this, Mom," Sophia said. "You showed me what it means to help people. That inspired me." Tears filled my eyes. We hugged. Dante watched us with pride. 23 years after helping that wounded man, we moved again. Downsized to a smaller house. Sophia was in medical school, living on her own. We didn't need all that space anymore. "This feels right," I said. "Just us again. Like when we first got married," Dante said. "Except we're older and wiser now." "Speak for yourself," I joked. "I'm still young." Dante laughed. "You'll always be young to me." 24 years in, someone from my past showed up. A colleague from the hospital. The one who had been on shift the night I found Dante. "I always wondered what happened that night," she said. "You left with someone, never talked about it." "It's a long story," I said. "We met for coffee." I told her everything. About Dante, about how helping him changed my life. "That's incredible," she said. You took such a risk." "I did," I admitted, "but it paid off." 25 years after that parking lot, we celebrated big. A quarter century since that night. A quarter century of marriage. In my speech, I talked about courage, about stopping to help when it would have been easier to walk away. In his speech, Dante talked about fate, about how sometimes the universe puts the right person in the right place at the right time. Sophia gave a toast. "My parents' love story is unconventional," she said, "but it's real. They've shown me that love isn't about perfect circumstances. It's about choosing each other every day, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard." 26 years in, I retired from nursing. After decades of helping people, I was ready to step back. It felt strange at first, not going to work every day, not being a nurse. "Who am I without my job?" I asked Dante. "You're Maya," he said, "my wife, Sophia's mother, someone who spent decades helping people. Now it's time to focus on yourself." I started painting, something I had always wanted to do, but never had time for. Dante was supportive, turned one room into an art studio for me. 27 years after that night, we took a long trip. 6 months traveling the world. Europe, Asia, Australia. No schedule, no obligations. Just exploring. "This is the life," I said one day in Thailand. "No responsibilities, just us and adventure." "I wish we had done this sooner," Dante said. "We couldn't have," I pointed out. "We had Sophia to raise. Our careers. Life happened." "True," Dante agreed. "But I'm glad we're doing it now." 28 years in, we came home from our travels, settled back into regular life. Sophia was almost done with medical school, about to become a doctor. "Where did the time go?" I asked Dante one night. "I don't know," he said. "One day she was a baby. Now she's an adult with her own life." "That's how it works," I said. "We raise them to leave us." "I know," Dante said, "but I miss her being small." "Me too," I admitted. 29 years after helping a wounded man, Sophia matched for her residency. She was going to be an ER doctor. "Just like her mom," Sophia said. "You inspired me." "I'm not an ER doctor," I pointed out. "I was an ER nurse." "Same spirit," Sophia said. "Helping people in crisis, making a difference when it matters most." "I'm proud of you," I said. Dante was emotional. "Our daughter is a doctor," he said. "How did we get so lucky?" "We worked hard," I said. "We raised her right." "We did," Dante agreed. 30 years after that parking lot, we were sitting on our porch. 30 years, I said. 3 decades since I found you bleeding. "Best worst night of my life," Dante said. "Same," I agreed. We sat in comfortable silence. 2 people who had been through everything together. "Do you remember what you were thinking that night?" Dante asked. "When you found me?" "I was thinking I should call for help," I admitted. "Should let professionals handle it. But something made me stop and help you myself." "What was it?" Dante asked. "Your eyes," I said. "You looked terrified, and I couldn't walk away from someone who was that scared, even though I should have." "I'm glad you didn't," Dante said. "Me too," I said. Looking back on 30 years, I'm amazed by everything. By the life we built, by the challenges we overcame, by the family we created. I helped a wounded man in a parking lot 30 years ago. His men showed up at my door by sunrise. That simple act led to everything. To a lifetime of love with Dante, to our daughter Sophia, to a life beyond anything I had imagined. Sometimes people ask if I'd do it again, if I'd make the same choice knowing everything that came after. The threats, the security, the complications? Yes, I always say. 1,000 times yes. Because helping Dante didn't just save his life, it gave me mine. A life full of love and challenge and growth. A partnership that made me better. A family I'm proud of. 30 years later, I'm still grateful for that parking lot. Still grateful I stopped to help. Still grateful his men showed up at my door by sunrise. That sunrise changed everything. It brought Dante back into my life properly. It started our journey. It gave us a beginning that led to everything that mattered. I helped a wounded man. He fell in love with me. We built a life together that neither of us could have imagined. That's our story, and I wouldn't change a single moment of it.
31 years after that parking lot brought another layer to our story. Sophia got engaged to a fellow doctor she met during residency. Michael was kind and dedicated and perfect for her. Dante and I watched our daughter plan her wedding. "She's really grown up," Dante said one night. "She has," I agreed. "And she's building her own life now." "Like we did," Dante said, "after I found you in that parking garage. We started from such strange circumstances, but we built something real." "We did," I confirmed. "And now Sophia gets to do the same." At Sophia's wedding, she gave a speech. "My parents taught me that love starts with compassion," she said. "My mom helped a stranger when he was at his lowest point. She didn't know him, didn't know if she could trust him, but she helped anyway. That's the kind of love I want to build with Michael. Love that chooses to help even when it's scary." Dante and I both cried. After the wedding, we drove home in silence. "What are you thinking?" I asked. "I'm thinking about that parking garage," Dante said. "About how close I came to dying that night. About how one person's choice to stop changed everything." "My choice changed me too," I said. "Before you, I was just going through the motions. Work, home, sleep, repeat. You made life exciting. You made it matter." 32 years in, we became grandparents. Sophia and Michael had a baby boy. They named him Daniel, after Dante. Holding my grandson, I thought about cycles, about how life continues, about how the love we built created this new life. "He's perfect," Dante said, looking at baby Daniel. "He is," I agreed. "And he has no idea how strange his grandparents' love story is." "We'll tell him someday," Dante said, "when he's old enough to understand." 33 years after that night, Dante had another health scare. A stroke. Minor, but scary. He recovered fully, but it reminded us both that we weren't immortal. "I'm not ready to leave you," Dante said from his hospital bed. "You're not leaving me," I said firmly. "You're going to recover, and we're going to have many more years together." "Promise?" Dante asked. "Promise," I said. Dante recovered, but we both became more aware of time, of how precious each moment was. 34 years in, I published a book about my years as an ER nurse, about the people I helped, about how one night changed everything. The book included our story, how I met Dante, how helping him changed my life. It became a bestseller. I did talks at nursing schools, inspired young nurses to see the impact of compassion. "You're making a difference," Dante said. "Even retired, you're still helping people." "I learned that from you," I said. "You showed me that one act of kindness can change everything." "You were the one who stopped," Dante reminded me. "I was just lucky you did." 35 years after that parking lot, we moved again, to a cabin in the mountains, somewhere quiet and peaceful, away from the city. "This is perfect," I said, "our retirement." "It is," Dante agreed.
No more threats, no more security, just us and the mountains. We spent our days hiking, reading, painting, just being together. These are the best days, I told Dante one evening. We were sitting on the porch watching the sunset. They are, he agreed. No stress, no obligations, just us and the mountains. 36 years in, Sophia became chief of emergency medicine at a major hospital, following in her mother's footsteps. I'm so proud, I told her. You've accomplished so much. I learned from the best, Sophia said. You showed me what it means to care, really care, about patients, about helping people, not just as a job, but as a calling. 37 years after helping that wounded man, we celebrated another anniversary. 37 years, Dante said, over 3.5 decades. Time flies, I said. It does, Dante agreed. But I remember that night like it was yesterday. You were bleeding and scared. I was terrified and trying to help. And somehow we fell in love. Somehow we built all this. 38 years in, we started writing our story down for our grandchildren, so they would know how we met, how we built our life together, the challenges we faced. We wrote about that parking garage, about Dante's men showing up at dawn, about learning to trust, about building love from unlikely circumstances. This is important, I said. Future generations should know that love isn't always neat. It's messy and complicated, and sometimes it starts in the worst way possible. But if you choose it, if you work at it, it becomes everything. 39 years after that night, Dante got sick. Cancer. The doctors gave him 6 months, maybe a year with treatment. We were devastated. But Dante chose to fight. I'm not ready to leave, he said. I want more time with you, with Sophia, with Daniel. We'll fight this together, I said, just like we fought everything else. Dante went through chemotherapy, radiation, lost his hair, lost weight, but never lost his spirit. On good days, we would sit on the porch, talk about our life together. On bad days, I would hold him while he slept, remind him he wasn't alone. After 8 months of treatment, Dante got into remission. The cancer was gone. For how long, we didn't know, but we celebrated anyway. We beat it, Dante said. We did, I confirmed. Together. 40 years after helping a wounded man in a parking lot, we threw a massive party. 40 years of marriage. 4 decades of building a life together. Sophia gave a speech. 40 years ago, my mom made a choice, she said. She chose to help a stranger. She didn't know if it was safe, didn't know how it would end, but she helped anyway. That choice created my family, created me, created everything good in my life. I'm grateful every day that my mom is someone who stops to help people, even wounded strangers in parking garages. Dante gave his own speech. 40 years ago, I was shot, he said. Left to die in a parking garage. Then Maya walked by. She could have called for help and kept walking. Instead, she stopped. She helped me. She saved my life. He looked at me. But more than that, she gave my life meaning. Before Maya, I was successful but empty. I had money and power, but no one to share it with. Maya changed that. She showed me what actually matters. Love, family, helping people. For 40 years, she's been my partner, my best friend, the love of my life. I stood up and went to Dante. We hugged while everyone applauded. That night, alone in our cabin, we reflected on 40 years. 40 years, I said. 4 decades since I found you bleeding. Best, worst night of my life, Dante said, for probably the 1000th time. Same, I agreed.
We sat on our porch under the stars, two people who had been through everything together. If you could go back, Dante asked, to that night in the parking garage, would you make the same choice? Knowing everything that came after? The threats? The security scares? The challenges? Yes, I said without hesitation. Every single time I would stop. I would help you, because that choice gave me everything. It gave me you, our life together, Sophia, Daniel, everything that matters. I'd make the same choice too, Dante said. I'd still get shot if it meant ending up with you. That's dark, I said, but romantic. That's us, Dante said. Dark and romantic. We laughed. After 40 years, we could laugh about almost anything. Looking back on 4 decades, I'm amazed by the journey. From that parking garage to this mountain cabin, from strangers to lovers, to partners to parents to grandparents, from fear to trust to love that sustained us through everything. I helped a wounded man 40 years ago. By sunrise, his men showed up at my door. That moment changed the entire trajectory of my life. Sometimes I think about alternate timelines. What if I had walked past? What if I had called hospital security instead of helping? What if I had been too scared to take Dante to my apartment? In those timelines, Dante probably dies, or gets found by his enemies. Either way, we never meet. We never fall in love. We never build this life. I'm grateful this is the timeline we're living in, the one where I stopped, where I helped, where his men showed up at dawn and started everything. 40 years later, I'm still grateful for that parking garage. Still grateful I made the choice to help. Still grateful for every moment since. That's what I want people to understand. One choice can change everything. One moment of compassion can create a lifetime. One wounded man in a parking lot can become your entire world. I helped a stranger. He became my husband. We built 40 years of love from that one moment, and I would do it all again in a heartbeat. 40 years after that parking garage brought new perspectives. We were both in our late 60s now. Older, slower, but still deeply in love. Age changes things, I said one morning. We were having coffee on the porch. It does, Dante agreed. But the important things stay the same. What important things? I asked. How I feel about you, Dante said. That hasn't changed in 41 years. Won't change in whatever time we have left. I reached for his hand, squeezed it. We sat in comfortable silence, the kind only decades together can create. 42 years in, Sophia's son Daniel started asking about how we met. Grandma, he was 8 years old and curious about everything. How did you meet Grandma? I helped him when he was hurt, I said. How was he hurt? Daniel asked. He was shot, I said. Sophia looked at me, wondering if I should have been more delicate, but I believed in honesty. Shot? Daniel asked. Like with a gun? Yes, I said. Bad people were after your grandpa. He was hurt. I'm a nurse, so I helped him. That's brave, Daniel said. Maybe, I said. Or maybe it was just the right thing to do. Dante came in from the other room, heard the end of the conversation. Your grandma saved my life, he told Daniel. If she hadn't stopped to help me, I wouldn't be here. So I wouldn't be here either, Daniel said, working it out. Exactly, Dante said. Your mom wouldn't exist, you wouldn't exist. Our whole family exists because your grandma chose to help a stranger. That's cool, Daniel said. Then he went back to playing. Kids process things quickly. Later, Sophia pulled me aside.
Thank you for being honest with him, she said. He should know the truth, I said, about how messy real life is, about how love sometimes starts in strange ways. You've taught me a lot about love, Sophia said, about what it really means. What does it really mean? I asked. Choosing to help, Sophia said. Choosing to stay. Choosing each other every day, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. 43 years after that night, we moved back to the city. The mountain cabin was beautiful, but we missed being close to Sophia and Daniel. This feels like coming full circle, I said. Back to Chicago, where it all started. Not quite full circle, Dante pointed out. We're not in my penthouse anymore. True, I said. We were in a modest condo, something manageable for our age. But still, the city where we met, where we built our life, it feels right. 44 years in, Dante's cancer came back. We had known it might. Cancer often returns, but we had hoped for more time. How long? I asked the doctor. 6 months, maybe less, the doctor said. We can do palliative care, make him comfortable. No more treatment? I asked. The cancer is too advanced, the doctor explained. Treatment would only make him sicker without extending his life significantly. Dante took the news calmly. I've had a good life, he said. 44 years with you. That's more than I ever dreamed of. Don't talk like that, I said. We still have time. I know, Dante said, and I plan to make the most of it. Those last 6 months were precious. We spent them together, talking about our life, looking at photos, telling stories. Sophia came every day with Daniel. They would sit with Dante, listen to his stories. Daniel, Dante said one day. His voice was weak. He was in bed most days now. I want you to know something. What, Grandpa? Daniel asked. Your grandma is the bravest person I've ever met, Dante said. She saved my life. Not just that night in the parking garage, but every day after. She made my life worth living. I'll remember, Daniel said. Good, Dante said, because the world needs more people like her, people who stop to help. 2 weeks later, Dante passed away, peacefully, in his sleep. I was holding his hand. Sophia was there. Daniel, too. We said goodbye together. The funeral was huge. Dante had touched so many lives. People came from all over to pay respects. During the service, I gave a eulogy. 44 years ago, I said, I found a wounded man in a parking garage. I could have walked past, could have called for help and kept going, but I stopped. I helped him. That decision gave me 44 years with the love of my life. Dante Romano was many things: a successful businessman, a protective father, a loving grandfather. But to me, he was simply Dante, the man who trusted me when he was vulnerable, who built a life with me, who chose me every single day for 44 years. I'm grateful for every moment, even the hard ones, even the scary ones, because they were all moments with him. Sophia spoke next. My father always said my mom saved his life that night in the parking garage, she said. But the truth is, they saved each other. My dad gave my mom a life of adventure and love. My mom gave my dad a reason to live. Together, they built something beautiful. A love that lasted decades. A family that will carry on their legacy. After the funeral, I went home to an empty condo. For the first time in 44 years, Dante wasn't there. The silence was deafening. I sat on our couch, the same couch where we had spent countless evenings talking, where we had made plans and shared dreams. I miss you, I said to the empty room. I'll miss you every day for the rest of my life. But I'm grateful. Grateful for 44 years. Grateful for that parking garage. Grateful for everything we built together. The next few months were hard. Learning to live without Dante. Learning to be alone again after decades of partnership. But I wasn't really alone. Sophia came by regularly. Daniel visited after school. They made sure I was okay. 1 year after Dante's death, I went back to the hospital, to the parking garage where I had found him. I stood in the spot where he had slumped against the pillar, remembered that night, how scared I had been, how scared he had been. If someone had told me that night that helping the stranger would lead to 44 years of love, I wouldn't have believed them. But that's exactly what happened. One choice, one moment of compassion, 44 years of building a life together. I miss you, I said out loud. Every single day. But I'm grateful I stopped, grateful I helped, grateful for every moment we had. 2 years after Dante's death, Sophia had another baby, a girl this time. They named her Maya, after me. Holding my granddaughter, I thought about cycles, about how life continues, about how the love Dante and I built lived on through our family. She has your eyes, Sophia said, and hopefully your compassion, I said, the compassion that stopped to help a wounded stranger. That's the most important thing I can pass on. 3 years after losing Dante, I published another book.
This one about our 44 years together, about building a life from unlikely circumstances, about losing your partner and learning to keep living. The book resonated with people. I got letters from readers saying our story gave them hope, that even in their darkest moments, they could build something beautiful. 4 years after Dante's death, I was still living, still spending time with family, still painting, still making the most of whatever time I had left. One day, Daniel asked me a question. He was 12 now, growing up fast. "Grandma," he said, "do you regret it?" "Regret what?" I asked. "Helping Grandpa that night," Daniel said. "Your life got complicated because of it. You had to deal with security and threats, and then you lost him. Do you wish you had just walked past?" "Never," I said firmly. "Not for a single second. Daniel, helping your grandpa was the best decision I ever made. It gave me 44 years with an incredible man. It gave me your mom. It gave me you. All the complications were worth it, because love is always worth it. Even when you lose it," Daniel asked. "Especially when you lose it," I said, "because the pain of losing love is proof that the love was real, that it mattered. Your grandpa mattered to me. Our life together mattered, and I would choose that life again and again, even knowing how it would end." 5 years after Dante's death, I was diagnosed with my own health issues, heart disease, like Dante had. The doctors said I had maybe a year or 2 left. I took the news calmly. I had lived a full life, had loved deeply, had been loved in return. I was ready for whatever came next. Sophia was upset when I told her. "Mom," she said, "we can fight this. You can do treatment." "I could," I agreed. "But I'm tired, Sophia. I've lived a good life, had an incredible love, raised an amazing daughter, met my grandchildren. I'm ready to rest." "But I'm not ready to lose you," Sophia said. "I know, sweetheart," I said, "but you won't really lose me. I'll always be with you, in your memories, in the stories you tell Daniel and Maya, in the compassion you show your patients. That's how we live on." 6 months later, I was in hospice. The end was near. Sophia and her family came every day. On my last day, Sophia sat with me. "Tell me about the parking garage," she said. "I want to hear the story one more time." "I was walking to my car," I said. My voice was weak but clear. "I heard someone groaning, found your father bleeding. He needed help, so I helped him." "Just like that?" Sophia asked. "Just like that," I confirmed. "I saw someone in pain and I stopped. I didn't know it would change my life, didn't know I was meeting my future husband. I just knew someone needed help." "That's who you are," Sophia said. "Someone who helps." "I hope I taught you that," I said. "You did," Sophia confirmed.
You taught me that the most important thing we can do is show up for people, help when we can, love without reservation." "Good," I said. "Then I did my job as your mother." That night, surrounded by family, I passed away peacefully. At my funeral, Sophia gave the eulogy. "My mother's life was defined by one choice," she said. 48 years ago, she chose to help a wounded stranger in a parking garage. That choice led to 44 years of marriage, led to me, led to my children, led to a life of compassion and love. My mother taught me that we define ourselves by what we do when no one is watching, when it would be easier to walk away, when helping is inconvenient or scary. She chose to help, and that choice created ripples that will continue long after she's gone. I will teach my children about their grandparents, about how their grandmother helped a wounded man in a parking lot, about how their grandfather fell in love with the woman who saved him, about how 44 years of love came from one moment of compassion. That's my mother's legacy, not the years she lived, but how she chose to live them, with compassion, with courage, with love. And that's the end of the story. Maya helped a wounded man in a parking lot. By sunrise, his men showed up at her door. She fell in love with that wounded man, built 44 years of marriage with him, raised a family, left a legacy of compassion. Sometimes the biggest moments of our lives start with the smallest choices. Sometimes helping a stranger changes everything. Sometimes one parking garage on one night creates a lifetime of love. That's Maya and Dante's story, and it's a reminder that we should always stop to help, because you never know what that choice might create. Years after both Maya and Dante have passed, their granddaughter Maya sat with her own children, telling them the story. "Your great-grandmother helped a wounded man in a parking garage," she said. "And that changed everything?" one of the children asked. "That changed everything," Maya confirmed, "because she chose compassion over convenience. She chose to help when she could have walked away." "What happened to the wounded man?" another child asked. "He became your great-grandfather," Maya said. "They fell in love, were married for 44 years, built a family, built a life." The children were quiet, processing the story. "So, we exist because she stopped?" one finally asked. "You exist because she stopped," Maya confirmed, "because she chose to help, because she showed compassion to a stranger. That's our family's origin story. One act of kindness that created generations." The children went back to playing, but the story stayed with them, as it stayed with every generation of that family. A reminder that our choices matter, that compassion creates ripples we can't always see, that helping one person can change countless lives. In the end, that's what Maya and Dante's story teaches us. Love often starts in unexpected places, with unexpected people in unexpected circumstances. A parking garage, a wounded man, a nurse who stopped to help. From that moment came 44 years of love, a daughter, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, a legacy of compassion that continued long after both of them were gone. Maya helped a wounded man in a parking lot 48 years before she died. By sunrise, his men showed up at her door. That moment defined the rest of her life, gave her love and family and purpose, all because she made one choice: to stop, to help, to show compassion when it would have been easier to walk away. Sometimes the most important moments of our lives don't feel important at the time. Sometimes they're just Tuesday nights in parking garages, just wounded strangers who need help, just choices we make without knowing the consequences. But those moments matter. Those choices echo through generations. That wounded man in the parking garage was someone's future husband, someone's father, someone's grandfather, all because one nurse chose to stop and help. So the next time you see someone who needs help, Remember Maya and Dante. Remember that your choice to stop might change everything, not just for the person you help, but for yourself, for generations you'll never meet. One parking garage, one wounded man, one woman who chose compassion. 48 years of consequences, generations of love. That's the power of helping. That's the power of one choice. That's Maya and Dante's story. A love that started with a gunshot and ended with a legacy. A partnership that began with fear and transformed into trust. A life that neither of them could have imagined on that Tuesday night in the parking garage. But they built it together. One choice at a time. One day at a time. One moment of compassion that created a lifetime of love. The story of Maya and Dante reminds us that heroism isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's about stopping in a parking garage. Sometimes it's about helping someone even when you're tired, even when you should just go home, even when it's inconvenient or scary or complicated. Maya didn't know she was meeting her future husband that night. She just knew someone needed help. That's the beauty of compassion. We don't do it for what we'll get in return. We do it because it's right. But sometimes, unexpectedly, it gives us everything. For Maya, it gave her Dante. 44 years of marriage, a daughter, grandchildren, a life beyond her wildest dreams. For Dante, it gave him a second chance. Not just at life, but at really living, at opening his heart, at building a family, at being loved for who he was, not what he had. Their story spread through their family, each generation telling it to the next, a reminder of where they came from, of the compassion that created them, of the importance of stopping to help. Because you never know who that wounded person might be, who they might become to you, what your choice to help might create. Maya helped a wounded man. His men showed up at her door by sunrise, and from that moment came generations of love. That's the power of one choice. That's the legacy of compassion. That's Maya and Dante's story. And it lives on, in the hearts of their descendants, in the stories told at family gatherings, in the way each generation learned to show compassion. Maya's choice in that parking garage didn't just save one life. It created countless lives, changed the trajectory of an entire family tree, all because she stopped, all because she helped, all because she chose compassion over convenience. That's what we should all remember. The choices we make in ordinary moments can have extraordinary consequences. The person you help today might become the love of your life, might become your family, might change everything. Or maybe helping them doesn't change your life at all. Maybe you just help someone and never see them again. But you still helped. You still showed compassion. You still made someone's day better. And that matters too. Maya didn't help Dante expecting anything in return. She helped him because he needed help. The love came later. The marriage came later. The family came later. But the compassion came first. And that's what made everything else possible. So the next time you're walking through a parking garage, tired after a long shift, just wanting to go home, and you hear someone in pain, stop. Help. Show compassion. Because you never know what that moment might create. You never know whose men will show up at your door by sunrise. You never know what love story you might be starting. That's the lesson of Maya and Dante. That's the power of helping wounded strangers. That's what happens when you choose compassion. Sometimes you just help someone. Sometimes you save a life. And sometimes you find your future. Did you like my story? Which city are you listening from? Let's meet in the comments. If you liked the story, you can support me by sending a super thanks so I can keep bringing more stories like this. Thank you so much for your sweet support. I'm looking forward to your comments on the story. On the screen, you can see 2 new life stories that I highly recommend. There's so much more on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story. With love and respect.